Streaming?
Yes, we're live. Welcome. Hello and welcome to episode 36 of the Beasty Common Room Correspondence on April 25th, 2021. Coming to you live from the Ravenclaw Common Room and the LA International Airport.
LA International Airport.
And yeah, it's just two Ravenclaws here, so no one's here to stop us. We're here. I have my Luna wand. My new name is Luna Umbridge. No, Luna Umbridge. I came like this, and I was told I look like Umbridge, but I was really going for Luna.
No, she is totally Umbridge. Teen Hot Dog.
And yes, Teen Hot Dog. And I are here. We need to get something straight before we continue about the wondrous Tina and why she's definitely the best character in the whole series, despite
we are here.
popular opinion otherwise.
Other people think we might talk about episode 36.
Yeah,
no.
you thought you were tuning in for episode 36. Unfortunately, it's been overtaken by the Teen Hot Dog.
Teen Hot Dog.
Teen Hot Dog. The water stands here have overtaken, and you are at our mercy. Are you still typing?
Yes. I'm not even finished with the first one.
She's going to be typing very slow so we can tell you the qualities of Tina. First off,
I have a pamphlet.
Actually, I have a blog. Should I pull it up and read from it? I have a blog. There's a blog post out there if anyone's ever interested in reading it. I'll send you a link.
I cannot type in English while we're talking about it.
Okay, I'll practice my German now. Guten Tag, or for those of you on the other side of the world, Guten Abend. Du hast was in der Birne. Was that good?
I have no idea what she just said, but yeah.
No, apparently it wasn't good. She's typing. I'm Tina-ing.
I'm Tina-ing. I like that you made a verb out of it. Yes.
It should be a verb.
Tina-ing.
Tina-ing. To Tina-ing means, well, first off, it means you have to be brave and stand up for what is right, despite what it may cost you.
Woohoo! That's Tina all the way.
Tina-ing is sometimes hazardous to yourself, so it should be not be taken upon lightly. Tina-ing, as some might believe, requires you to be extremely tall. But don't fret, because if you're a fan of Tina, you can overcome your height difference. With your
and typed in. I said speak Beasty podcast D, and I'm like,
oh
no, stop talking.
Don't make me cry. Our other Ravenclaw is lost in the woods and will not be joining us anytime soon, just so you know. That is the message we just received from Marjo, who was to join us. But as a Ravenclaw, she has found something more interesting to do. I agreed to come to this live today and did not realize it was going to turn out like this. Sorry.
I'm very sorry.
The next quality.
We're trying to be a professional.
We are very professional. We're very professional. I have a master's degree.
I have a middle school degree.
She's an international translator.
I'm at LA International Airport.
You don't adjust your dial. You have come to episode 36 of Beasty Common Room Correspondence. Unfortunately, due to Teen Hot Dog's slow typing skills, is taking much longer to discuss this episode than one thought.
I speak Beasty.
I'll put my glasses on. That'll make me more professional. Another quality of Tina, which some fault her for, is rule following. Now, Teen Hot Dog would agree with me. Teen Hot Dog would agree with me that many have picked on Tina for her rule following and do not understand that she is not following the rules to a fault, as some have accused her. She does think outside the box and knows when to maybe bend a rule. Unfortunately, her sense of justice is unwavering, though, and is not easily swayed.
Yes. Whatever she said.
Mm-hmm.
I am on Instagram now, so I'm getting there. We're almost there.
I'm wondering if Marjo has come upon any good beasts in her walk in the woods.
Mm-hmm. That would be cute.
That would be cute. Once, when walking in the woods, now I'm just going to tell you about whatever until other people decide to talk. As a child, I was wandering through the woods, and my brother told me that moss was a living thing, which that is true. However, he also told me it would come alive and attack me, which frightened me.
Brothers are weird like that, aren't they?
They're weird like that.
Just like Nazis. But, you know.
They're weird like that.
They're weird like that.
And I feel like, isn't there a beast in the book that looks like moss? Isn't that a beast? As a Ravenclaw, I apologize for not knowing all the facts.
No, I'm knowing all the facts about the movies. I'm not knowing all the facts about
Is
the book.
anyone actually watching this sad excuse for YouTube eyes? By the way.
I know. You want me to look?
I'm looking. I apologize.
There come.
If you are. Oh my god, there's 2 people watching. Who is it? Who are you?
Oh my god, we already have a like. I don't.
Oh,
I
yes.
Can't even,
Jeff says, we have comments already.
Oh,
Jeff says, in order to be Tina-ing, your eyes must look like salamanders.
Don't they? Don't they, Jeff? I mean come
duh.
on.
Any other qualities anyone can think of for Tina-ing?
The 2 of us have salamander eyes because we have the same eye color than Catherine, which we are not proud of, but we mention it every second.
But she's not proud of it. No. Poor Ev. She's here while making dinner. Is it anything good?
I'm almost finished, people.
She's almost finished. I swear there's a creature that has moss on it. It appears like moss. So I feel like maybe my brother wasn't wrong. Maybe that's a real thing. It's okay. You're not here with us. We were just doing Ravenclaw things, which others might find repugnant. But I like the common room. It's repugnant. It's a word. It's a word.
I trust you, American person. I cannot.
She cannot.
I cannot even.
She cannot even. She can't even. What degree of cannot are you at?
I cannot even.
She cannot even, you guys.
Almost done. Almost.
Broth. That doesn't sound like a real meal to me. That sounds.
Broth.
I mean, it's a light meal. I don't know how many points on Weight Watchers that is. I could let you know. Everything I eat is in point value. In other news, I had my first cake pop yesterday, if anyone wanted to know that. I've never had one.
Really?
Have you had one?
Yeah. I mean, Which is
No,
weird because usually you in America are much earlier than we are. But I had my cake
they have
pop.
them here. I just haven't had one.
I had my first cake pop when I was like 12 or something.
Really? Yeah, I didn't see that it was a good use of my money. Number one, it's a bite. Like the first cake pop I think I saw was at Starbucks. And they cost like $5 for a bite of cake. And not only that, but it's already been like manhandled and mushed up like kids play with their food. And that just didn't seem very appetizing to me for $5. But they had them so I ate it. And it was interesting. The ability to even is an American thing. Even we cannot.
I mean, I'm not American, but I use even a lot. And like, I cannot even. Like
she's pretty thing. American. Look at her friend's poster back there. She's
that one. So American. Okay, I am finished now. We can.
Oh my gosh! Everyone, hold the press.
I'm so sorry.
Hot dog is finished.
It's just me and all the social media, and I can't even. See,
okay, Jeff found the monster I was talking about. It really is a thing. The Bundy Man, is that what it's called? Resembles a patch of green fungus with eyes.
Huh. It's the Punky Man. Mm-hmm. It's the Punky Man.
He's a real fun guy.
Fun guy. He's a fun guy.
I don't have another one to do it, but yeah, real cake is much better.
Yes, but also here in Germany they had it like on a stick like ice cream. And then, like those Magnum.
Yeah, that's what they have here.
And they had like it was so cute, and I wanted one.
I mean, they're cute, but I don't get it. And she said if you have too much cake, you can turn into cake pops.
Yeah, I mean definitely. If you have too much dough, turn it into a cake pop. Okay.
I have experience with this. Okay.
What episode are we talking about today, Jennifer?
Maybe we should reintroduce the episode. Thanks for tuning in. Now there's 3 sad individuals who have stuck with us through whatever that was.
Real MVPs.
So far, we've learned about Tina Ing and apparently the Bundy Man, who's a real fun guy. And now we'll go into episode 36 of Beasty Common Room Correspondence. We're serious. I am Lunumbridge, and here's my friend, Teen Hot Dog.
Hot Dog. I'm Sophie, and this is my co-host, Jennifer.
No, it doesn't work when I'm not. No, you can't do it now. I'm already here.
It's my favorite thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, episode 36 came out on the May 7th, 2017. It was called All the Houses! And I'm like, wow, we're so close. Sense. We are so close to May 7th right now. We are so close to catching up.
Almost, yeah.
It's 4 years, but still, in compared to the year, we're close.
It's too bad it didn't come out on May 4th.
That would be great.
Because then we could have said, okay. For just a smidge, whose comments are we reading? Marjo's comments?
The orange one is Marjo, who will be joining, but who is still in the forests.
She's stuck in the woods.
Stuck in the woods.
Jeff singing a song about Bundy Man now. Just so you know.
Awesome.
Bundy Man does whatever a Bundy can.
That's why we have Jeff in the comments, just so that we have
songs. If people got tired of watching this, he could have just joined us here, so it's too late now though.
Okay, so what
Tina episode.
What was the first thing that Marjo realized about this episode?
Well, Marjo first realized it has Oreo, her golden child. You said that. My bad.
Okay, yeah, it was Aurelia, as I call her, because I know how to say her name in German, and I cannot say her name I cannot say her name in English like everybody else. I'm like, Oreo?
Like the cookie.
Like the cookie, but for me she's Aurelia, and everybody else knows us.
Aurelia.
Oreo, who is my German friend, my sweet little person who just moved to the UK. But yeah. And Aurelia is obviously the female version of Aurelius, and we now know that is called our golden child.
Yes, I see. The episode also featured Igor. Sorry.
Igor.
It just had to. It's from a movie. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Igor,
which was super cool.
Yeah.
Because he's always here.
Yes, he's always in our common room, not common room, in our comments, and also he was the first editor of the Speak Beasties.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. So that's
Would
kind
you like
of meta to have him here and kind of not here, because right now he isn't here, but I have a feeling he might come on, or at least be in the next few episodes of what we're doing here right now.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And then we had Kathy on this episode, who is one of the... I mean, Kathy is like... She is with Macanet, obviously. And I know her primarily from all the podcasts. Like, she has been on all of them. And also, Kathy and I had been Pottermore twins, because we had the same house, we had the same houses, we had the same Patronus and the same wand. And they were wondering, because they were doing Igor's name, and they were doing Aurelia's name, and then Kathy said she doesn't know where her name comes from, and I was like, ask me.
I know.
Because I know. So Kathy means purity, and I don't know this because I'm a water stan. I know this because my mom's name is also Catherine. So yeah, you're welcome.
Reminds me of Dan Fogler. He's always telling them what their name means on his podcast.
I like that.
It is kind of fun, and he it's like a haiku.
Yeah.
It's funny.
He's like the real one from the god who has a red hairish mane from the Irish people or something.
Maybe if I did that with people, I would remember their names in the first place.
I know that my name means wisdom, and that's all I need to know. Because wisdom, Ravenclaw, yes, makes sense.
Makes sense. My name means generic person.
Yes, generic person from the 80s.
Correct. Not to be confused with the other generic person from the 80s, which is Stephanie.
Which is funny because 2 of the 3 girls in Full House had those names.
That's my cousin's name. Okay, moving on. The episode, they also talked about cinema sins, and Aurelia, Shannon, and Jeff actually covered that. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. They've covered that recently, so it's good timing. I've not actually seen them. You've seen them.
You miss out on a lot. I have not watched the Patreon, which is here. We are just saying that. Get onto Patreon of the Speak Beastie so that you can have more content on the Cinema Sins videos, because Cinema Sins is funny, but then you have the reaction of the fans of Cinema Sins and of the movies that they are covering. It's just like, it's so much fun to have all around.
Oh, there's a correction from Jeff. It's now called Cinnamon Sins. I'm not sure why, but we'll go with it.
It is because I cannot say Cinema Sins without being like
Cinnamon Sins. It goes well with coffee. Yeah, I will have to find time to watch that, since I like to watch every other reaction thing in the world. I might as well.
I'll send you the links later. I can't believe that you haven't watched them.
Well, I've been busy watching Lost reactions, so I'm sorry. I have to watch Lost now, so that when we get new Fantastic Beasts content, I will only watch that.
No, I'll send
how we
you
do things.
the links right away after we are done here.
No, I'll be watching Lost. The part that they were talking about, they mentioned, I guess, one of the things that they were picking on, it was about like the faults of the movie. And they were talking about how annoying it is that the beasts just seem to get sucked into the case and like, where do they go? And you cannot explain it with magic. But I'm like, yes, you can. I mean, I don't think he's like, just opening the case and then it's not like the case is a big vacuum. Clearly the beast is on his way to somewhere, sort of like, Thor's hammer or something. I could just imagine that the spell is including like, this beast goes to this habitat. So the case opening is just sort of like a door.
The whole video is him going like, F.
It is convenient.
Case and F whatever he does, because it's like really
and apparently he was not happy with Frank either.
I mean, here's my thing, and it really rarely happens that I agree with him, but when he's like F the case and everything that's going on with it, it's like, okay, so you have this joke of Jacob being overweight and he doesn't fit into the case. But then you have the eruption and it just gets sucked into it and you're like, why is
but
Newt's the fat to get
But Newt's helping the erumpent. He's not helping Jacob.
I don't know. But also, just for you, Jennifer, in the second one of Cinema Since, they make a joke about inherent vice and you don't want to miss it because you're the only person in the common room who would understand that joke. It is just so funny.
All right, fine. Send me the links. I'll find time between Lost and to watch it.
I knew I should just send you this.
Yeah. Without having seen it, I said, well, I'm sure that J.K. Rowling has rules around these things. I don't think she just... Although I'm sure it's mighty convenient for the film, but sometimes you just need a laugh. Like Jacob trying to get into the case.
He's just trying to nitpick because it's
his kind of comedy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he makes money with it, so I'm not taking them too serious. And for the first movie, they even took a sin off for a moment, where I was like, yeah, that deserves a sin off. They were like, it's so much funnier that in the scene where Newt is trying to wrestle the Niffler in the jewelry shop, that there is no music. And I'm like, that is a perfect moment to not have music. And I really appreciated that they took a sin off for that, because it was really funny to have this moment without music.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Yes.
Done.
Watch it together.
I feel like you're going to break out into a song. I almost started doing it for you. We're all in this together.
It's not always LA International Airport for me.
No, I thought you were going to sing "We're all in this together" or whatever you were singing.
This together.
It's also Lost. Okay, we're not on a Lost YouTube. Okay.
This week we are not really reopening the case because the main discussion had a lot of predictions, so we are just going right into the tea and strudel with Dougal. And Jennifer, what is your snack of the day?
I already ate it.
Awesome. So did I, because it
was pancakes, and they're already inside of me. We're not opening the case. We're not opening a snack.
Same.
We're just moving on.
I mean, it's 6:30. It's almost too late to eat something, so I'm not going to. I had all my food. So we are going into tea and strudel with Dougal without any snacks. And
it's probably best this way. Don't open the case. Don't eat snacks.
We have all the colors for every other person, but might you read the one first? The first one?
Yes. Should I pretend to be Marshall?
Wait a second. Jeff is going to just gave the greatest comment. High School Musical ist verboten, which is German for it's forbidden. High School Musical is forbidden. And Marjo is coming in.
Oh, good. I don't have to pretend to be her.
I don't have to pretend to be her.
She's a mooncalf.
Where is she?
I don't know, but I just really want her to be like this.
We are waiting.
I'm
There
here.
she is.
Momo.
Ooh. Hello, little moon calf.
Now
Yay,
this
I'm a moon
might be
calf.
even more professional.
A little
Third
bit, maybe.
Ravenclaw here.
We don't know. Okay,
Probably not.
Macho, we are on the first prediction, and it's kind of like right your turn, if you may.
So let's go.
Okay.
About Newt's Patronus.
Yeah. So the first prediction. So it was about Newt's Patronus, and yeah, it was about the fact that Rowling said that it would be a huge spoiler because they just had this tweet. I think it was a tweet. I don't think, or an interview with Rowling.
It's a tweet.
Yeah, and so Igor said that it could be a human being, and that his Patronus would be Lily Strange. So
no. But I kind of would like it just to be a random person.
I would like it to be Tina, but I'm coming to that.
Okay, move on. And then you're red. Sorry.
No, it's
it's we have other. Yeah, we have other
read.
proposition for this prediction. So Katie said, I think it would be very cool if Newt's Patronus would be a phoenix, and that it would be his ties to Dumbledore to have a phoenix, phoenix Patronus. And yeah, and I was thinking when I heard that, I was thinking, so that would make Newt a Dumbledore too, I guess.
Everybody's a Dumbledore. You're a Dumbledore.
You are a Dumbledore.
I gotta go and change my name. Hold on. I'm a Dumbledore.
No,
Umbridge Dumbledore.
I truly believe that his Patronus, I don't know what his Patronus is before he met Tina. Maybe a hippogriff because his mom was I want to say doing them, but that's not the right word. What's the word? Growing them and
raising them.
But I love the theory of the Super Colin brothers who say it's a porcupine because porcupine is a duration of Popontina, and so if his Patronus is a porcupine and hers is the salamander, I'm just like, yes, yeah, I'm all here for it. Take me to the LA International Airport.
You weren't here.
You don't have to get it, Macho. It's just it's
Yeah, Ev says it can't be a hippogriff because that's not a spoiler. Yeah, I don't
It
see
is
how
not a
it can be a
spoiler.
spoiler.
It's not a spider if it is a hippogriff. It's not a spider really if it is a porcupine because a lot of people know. But I think that she was more referring to the people who wouldn't know that he and Tina would end up together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she said it's a spoiler for people who didn't know that Hope and Tina and Newt would end up together.
We've talked about this before. Didn't someone say something like maybe it's a Obscurus too or something really random?
That would be interesting. But
that would be interesting. But yeah, I just don't.
No. Yeah,
we have too many Phoenix already, so I don't think it's a Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have no idea. I can agree with the porcupine theory that's cute, and yeah,
I like it the best.
It indeed revealed the fact that Tina is his soulmate, but again, that's not a huge spoiler.
I mean, ever since I am on MuggleNet and I'm also on the social media team for Speak Beasty, a lot of people don't know that Newt and Tina will end up together. So maybe she took this into consideration and said, oh, it might be a spoiler for some of the people to say that Newt and Tina would end up together. So I like to believe it is something Tina related.
Yeah, I think I agree because isn't it just mentioned in like the about the author portion of the book anyways?
It's one
so
sentence.
most people
It's literally just his wife Pope and Tina and he live in Dorset with 3 measles, and that's it. So a lot of people might have not gotten the fact.
She could really throw in a kink if she went off canon.
I would hate it so much.
Yeah, me too. We won't go there. Jeff has a hilarious comment. Would you like to read it?
Mm-hmm. And hi, Jeff. And hi, Ev. I just set up the comments so I could see the comments, and I just discovered that you are here. Hi, guys.
We have actual audience today, even though we started so weird.
That's sad. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, what was Chef's?
Okay, I can read it. Mm-hmm. He said Jacob will be dropping off the kid at school and say Newton, Credence, Dumbledore, Mickelson. You were named for a bunch of great men because they got more credit than me because they're not American.
Except for Credence.
Except for Credence.
Well, Credence is born in Europe.
We think
he is born in Europe, but
we know?
Moves right away to America.
Yeah.
It's not a spoiler if it's common sense. Newt and Tina will end up together because to do otherwise would be the worst kind of nonsense. Not a
agreed. Here, Jeff.
I mean, after the scene at the dock in the first movie, we are all like, yeah, they're going totally to get together. But I think the the tweet that she did with the spoiler was even before the first movie. It was like kind of like in the promotion state. So.
I don't know, because they are talking about that in this episode like it's news. So I think it was between the 2 movies.
Mm.
But I agree. I thought that it was before the first one.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, where do we come from? We read all the books and we read Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and we know. Well, I didn't, but I saw the first movie and I was like, oh, they're cute together. And then I read right away that they were going to get together, and I read that one sentence in the book and I was like, yeah, okay. I'm not even mad that I know this now because I love them.
Yeah, I don't remember because obviously these were the first things I had ever seen, but I was already shipping them, but that's not hard for me to do. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So maybe it would have been a spoiler if I hadn't then gone and read everything in the world, but I don't know. I think the average viewer, it would be like, we've watched a lot of reaction videos where people are clueless.
Yeah, I see it a lot that people are like, oh my god, you just spoiled that they're getting together, and I'm like, movie 2, don't you get it now?
Duh. All he cares about is where she's at, even though she's not been in the movie for half the film. So
we're not bitter.
Ev replied to Jeff's comment and said he won't do that because he'll be dead before his kid is born.
Oh my god, Ev.
No,
Ev. No,
I don't want that. If anyone's got to die, it needs to be Queenie, because one, it'll give Tina something to be upset about, not in a good way. That sounds weird.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but that's because
it'll give Catherine something really good to do. And then 2, I really want Beast-shaped pastries, and I need them to be sold in Diagon Alley at Universal Studios, and so I need him to live for the Beast-shaped pastries.
But then again, Jacob is not a wizard, so he won't live until like 150. So he's already.
Doesn't matter. His kids can carry on the business.
They are friends with Flamel, so maybe he can help a bit, just a tiny bit to.
Just a smidge,
and then Harry,
like 30 years.
No, but then Harry would be responsible for Jacob dying.
No, not.
Yes.
Just to help him live as long as.
Yeah, it's just like a little nip gives him like 20 more years. It's like really good, you know, how they go to the places, like Catherine said, and dip their. Anyways, but no, even if he dies at a regular age, he could, but not 99, because you don't want to upset Tina Hot Dog over here.
Hot Dog.
Tina Hot Dog. Yeah, his kids could carry on the business, so why not? Just saying. Okay.
Yeah. If it's not special. So Jeff said, if it's not a spider if it's common sense. Newt and Tina will end up together because to do otherwise would be the worst kind
We
of
already
nonsense. We did that. And then F said he won't do that because
we already read all of
we
that.
all of that?
Yeah.
There's so many. And now Jeff says Flamel can be their personal trainer. They'll be trotting after him in fitness outfits with the Flamel shuffle. That would be so fun if they all would be like running it.
Yeah. I laughed a lot at that, but I'm easily amused. So
Okay.
okay.
The next point is Elena, who said, "What if Dumbledore is Newt Scamander's dad?" And Eeyore said to that, "And Grindelwald is his mother."
And I was so I was laughing so hard for that because that's exactly Credence that they are talking about.
Well, it is not exactly Credence,
Not
but
exactly,
it's what we think will
Yeah.
happen. Yeah.
I still am holding out for the theory that Anton is
Anthony?
really a no.
Who's Anton?
Oh no, I dropped my picket.
Antonio.
Antonio, my bad. Because
Close.
he's a homunculus, like that he's actually their love child.
Yeah, I like the theory that
I like it.
I like the
They created
theory-
together.
I like the theory that they so when Adriana died, they got the Philosopher's Stone and created out of her Obscurious the new child,
Yeah.
which is now Credence.
Mm.
That is my favorite
Same.
theory, and I
Same.
really hope this makes it into the movie, because
Mm.
just to have this whole explanation would resolve a lot of problems that we have right now, because it would kind of make Credence a Dumbledore, also a Grindelwald, but nah. But it would make him most of a
Nah.
Dumbledore, and it would and Aurelius, the name Aurelius, which means the golden one, which we just established because of Oreo. It is. It just makes so much
Yeah.
sense.
No,
that
I agree.
I love this theory, and I really hope it's the one, because otherwise I'm like.
I like that.
So
I
the
haven't heard
Super
this
Colin-
theory.
So the Super Colin brothers make better sense than J.K. Rowling does.
They're the co-authors for the next film.
They
Yeah,
want to be.
that was I never watched the Colin brother video, but that was my theory. So of course I'm behind that
They
too.
also
You have to watch
didn't they
the
also
video.
come up with the porcupine thing too?
They did, and they also made Tina the owner of the Elder Wand now, and they have a lot of. I watch all of the Harry Potter ones because they're just, you read the title and you're like, yeah, but then you watch the end of the video and like,
You're like, that's totally true.
that makes so much sense. So yeah, I watched them for 6 years now, and I really love them. Highly recommend.
I was coming up with my own weird theory the other night because I'm on the last Harry Potter book, and they were talking about the Deathly Hallows and the Peverell family and everything. I was like, what if Credence is a descendant of the Peverells, and that's why somehow, I couldn't make the theory work, but what if? I don't know.
In the beginning, when fans first saw Credence or Ezra with his weird haircut, they were like, he is such a Gaunt. And I'm still like, it would make sense if he was a Gaunt.
But I just don't see how they can tie. Yeah, I don't know about tying them together. But
He kind of looks like a Gaunt, We never saw a Gaunt, really, but in the books, like, we had, like, a picture in
there was
our
a good
heads how they
description,
looked
yeah.
like. And, I think he does, especially with his what does Ezra say? His hair that does look like a mushroom, which is so true. He does look like a mushroom.
Oh, the hair.
Oh, the hair. Okay.
Okay. Is it Katie? Kathy?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Katie.
You know I don't know names.
Katie,
Katie,
Haley.
Kathy.
She
It
has
is-
a lot of names. Katie, Haley, all
That.
that stuff.
She was more thinking that maybe there was a romantic thing between Dumbledore and Newt. Newt would be bisexual.
Newt is a bisexual, why not? But I don't see a relationship with Dumbledore.
I have
Yeah.
a feeling that, not to sound homosexual, but, not homosexual, homophobic, but I think that Newt is more like, the less people I love, the better. So, him to be bisexual would be like,
So he's asexual. That's what you're saying.
yeah, I would see him more asexual than bisexual. But hey, who am I to say? I don't know. Maybe he really was, and he had a relationship with Dumbledore.
I said I don't really get that vibe from either of the films, but that's what fanfic's for, so go for it.
Yeah, I'm sure
mean,
there should be one about.
Oh, I'm sure that there's plenty.
Some. There are definitely some.
Yeah, I don't see that, but I don't know. I don't think we have learned the extent of whatever their relationship is, so TBD. You never know.
Yeah, I think that their relationship is plainly mentor-student.
I still think Newt's a secret agent and Dumbledore is his.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But still, mentor. He is
I
doing
guess.
it because Dumbledore saved him.
So
whatever.
he's has to do whatever he tells him to do,
Yeah. It's more like
or he
It's more
owes
like-
him.
no, it's more like Harry who wants to
Impress.
impress or please Dumbledore. It's kind of like that. Which is sad. It takes something away from Dumbledore in my mind, but
I
think
really,
that-
from what I get for the second movie is that Newt is far more independent from Dumbledore that Harry was. I mean, Harry was a child, so
yeah.
Yeah.
sense. But I don't see. Yeah, I mean, the first time we see Dumbledore. No, it's not the first time, but at some point Dumbledore says that if you need to. I don't remember the exact quote, but Newt is not good at following orders, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Dumbledore likes that about Newt,
Yeah.
that he's independent. So he tried to manipulate him to do what he wants him to do, but Newt still do what needs to be done because he chooses to do it and not because Dumbledore say.
It
Yes,
is
to do it.
It is exactly what happens in the second movie.
Yeah.
Is that Dumbledore says, "Oh, you have to go to Paris," and Newt is
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm not." And then he
Yeah.
learns that Tina is there, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to
I'll
Paris.
go."
I don't know."
And now that
but
I'm
in the-
here, I will take care of
Yeah.
Dumbledore's business.
Once
Yeah.
I go there, I might just take. But in the first movie, definitely he was very much manipulated by
Yeah.
by Dumbledore, even more than Harry ever was, in my
Mhm.
opinion. To say that, so I have this bird who needs to go to America. Newt, please. So I think that he kind of realized in the second movie that he just used me, but and that is why I'm holding on to the theory that the postcard that Tina wrote to Queenie was not from Tina to Queenie.
It's from
at all.
Dumbledore.
It was from Dumbledore.
That I
Just
could believe
so
that.
that Newt would go finally to Paris. It's just
Yeah.
all I think of. And I mean, I had this theory before the movie came out. I still have the theory because Dumbledore is weird like that.
Yeah.
Like Nazis.
Like Nazis.
More inside
No,
jokes. Sorry, guys.
Dumbledore's not like Nazis, but
But is he not?
he's weird
They
like
actually,
that.
I think we're not going to go into that, but they talked a lot about that in this episode. But yeah, we weren't going to talk about. But actually, my opinion of Dumbledore, sorry, unpopular opinion, is already pretty low. So I would not put it past him to have written the postcard or do any other. I mean, he and Grindelwald are very similar in how they manipulate people. It's just what their motives for doing it are. So.
But what I always liked about Dumbledore, and that's why he's one of my favorite characters, is that he's doing it for the
greater good.
For the greater
good. Have I heard that before?
But let me say it. But for the real greater good.
What I perceive to be the greater good. I'm just saying.
The greater good.
Yeah, but don't you think that what Dumbledore is going for is better than what Grindelwald is going for? I mean,
yeah,
as a normal human being, aren't you like, kind of makes more sense what Dumbledore is going for, like wizard Hitler. Yeah, I like that.
And the fact, and what I really like, and what makes Newt can still be the center of the story is the relationship with Dumbledore, because in the movie 2 we see that it's implied that Dumbledore needs Newt to remind himself the right way to do things, the thing that not be interested by powers, like Newt is his moral compass for something like that. And I like this dynamic. I hope it will be more developed, because for now it's just maybe one line or two that implies that. So
no, I think that is a huge theme. I agree.
Yeah, F says that Newt is more likely to have a relationship with Fawkes than with Dumbledore.
She's drinking.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say it while you're thinking. But isn't F right? I mean, come on. He's like coming into the room being like, oh, Dumbledore, Fawkes? Wow!
What a fox!
Come into my case. I will need to study you.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
I don't know why.
We need a sticker. What a fox!
I don't know why in my head Fox suddenly has Newt suddenly in my head has a very girl accent, but he would be like, whoa, come into my case. I like that.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, I can't see through my tears.
Okay, now we have Brown, which would be F. Let me see.
She can type it.
She says that Igor said, Newt's Patronus is a spider because it's going to change. Oreo. Or, as I say, Aurelia. It's a hippogriff and then it changes to a phoenix. Elena thinks it might change into something connected to Tina. Kathy says Tina is maybe an animagus and changes to her form. There's so much for me to take in. And one, yes, it's going to change. Two, it's a hippogriff and then changes into a porcupine, not a phoenix. Elena thinks it may change into something connected to Tina. Yes, porcupine. And Kathy says Tina is maybe an animagus and it changes to her form. Make sure that Juliana isn't listening, because you might steal this idea from me. The first movie, I really thought that Tina would be the pigeon that Credence is chewing away, because it made no sense that the scene was there. And so for me, she was that pigeon, and she was an animagus, and it would make all the sense because she's a New Yorker, and pigeons are so New Yorkish and stuff like that. And I really wanted to be her a pigeon, but it never played out. But
and they missed the opportunity to have a really nice pigeon shot in Paris, because we have a lot of pigeons in Paris too.
And it would make so much sense also that Tina. See, here's the thing that here's my thought process of why I thought Tina would be a pigeon. I read a lot of hate about Tina because she is not really Beasty related, And I thought, how could you make her beast related? Oh, she could be an animagus. What animagus could she be? Oh, she could be a pigeon. Oh, there is a pigeon in the movie that is randomly there. So that is how the pigeon idea came to me. And so it would make the most sense to me if Tina would be an animagus pigeon. And that could be, next to the porcupine, be the Patronus of Newt.
Yeah.
Okay, I have spoken.
And about the color, I think the brown should be orange for me because I don't see another orange color.
Moving down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
I mean,
because you said you were going to leave earlier. That's why I didn't put you in the later ones.
Well, if Tina's going to have any chance with Newt, she's going to have to be a pigeon.
Yeah.
Or he's going to go after Fox. I've heard this theory before. I've seen the scene you're talking about. It's just way too close to when they cut to her carting Newt through the streets of New York.
Yeah.
But
of course.
if you want her to be a pigeon, I think it's a great theory.
Of course, there is this one little setback.
And then she eats a pizza wizard. I said it. Sorry.
Chef will like it. Chef, any news on that? Yeah, but I am aware that there's a one setback on this theory is that she is with Newt in that moment, and if she had transformed into a pigeon, A, he would have realized, and B, he would, the moment she would be gone and sit on this window steel or window whatever you call it, and he would be like, she's gone, I'm out of here. So yeah, but I still like the idea of her being a pigeon.
Well, I like that her jacket is pigeon colored.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a New York talking pigeon, like in the movie Bolt.
Or in the movie, or in Dr.
And she's always staring at things sideways.
Yeah, or in the movie Dr. Dolittle, where they're in New York and there's a pigeon flying by, which goes like, "Hey, I'm flying here!" I'm like, yeah, that's a New Yorker.
I have to say, I think your Tina Pigeon theory might be similar to Juliana's Pizza Wizard.
Chef says, walked away for a bit, came back and heard, here's why I think Tina would be a pigeon. Oh my god, I came back in time.
Yes, you did.
You're welcome. You're welcome that I am here, not Juliana, who steals my ideas about this.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize it's red again.
Let's try it again.
Oh, wait. So they talked about Callum Turner looking so young and how they could use that to do some flashbacks from when he was a war hero.
Yeah, so because they were, the big topic from this episode was how young Callum Turner looked, and he looks too young to be Newt's older brother. So they were trying to make sense of that and say maybe they cast a young an actor who looks so young to have some flashback from the Great War. So yeah, and I never thought about us having some World War One flashbacks, but it could be pretty interesting because we have Newt was in the war, we have Theseus, we have Jacob, so at some point it could be interesting to have that connected to the new war coming up, so why not?
I would totally love that, to have Theseus and Jacob suddenly side on side in the trenches or something.
Yeah.
But,
it was my other point. It was because we know that Theseus was probably on the same front than Jacob. Even Jacob arrived quite late because he's American. So and they waited quite a bit before coming helping us.
I would totally
yeah.
love that, to see. I mean,
They could be crossing paths and not know it, like a moth.
yeah, like I think
It's just like Lost.
randomly, which is so funny. But here's a fun fact about how Eddie reacted when he found out it was Caleb who got casted for his older brother. His wife Hannah and he were watching War and Peace, in which Caleb had a huge role. And Hannah, his wife, went like, "Oh my God, he totally looks like you, but better." And
He said only more charming and more handsome.
more charming.
Isn't that what
more
she said?
handsome.
Or he said
Yeah,
in the
something.
story?
More younger or more handsome, and something.
Younger
like
and more
that.
handsome, yeah.
And then David Yates came to Eddie and he was like, "Well, we have
Guess what?
casted your we have casted your older brother Caleb, Theseus." And Caleb walked in and Eddie was like, "Of course it's him."
Yeah,
I mean, they really do look so much alike. And the fun fact is that they didn't grow up even 100 feet away from each other.
That's
so
funny.
that is so funny.
Was meant to be.
It was meant to be, and also that it is so weird that Caleb is 7 years younger than Eddie, but he plays an 8-year-old older person. Like,
did they say he's 8 years older?
it is 8 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in a book.
That's
It's
a little
one of
hard
the-
to pass, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they did very good because of, I think it was Lizzie, who always said that to just cut his hair, right? Because they had him like those streaks in his hair. I don't know what you call it, like
Highlights?
no, not highlights. A fleeting hair.
Oh, he had like a little gray patch.
Oh yeah, like no, they had made him like a little bit balder than he is.
Oh, they gave him like a receding hairline.
That's what I just said. Thank you.
Well, I didn't. Sorry. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I mean, he had highlights.
He had a receding hairline, and that's what made him look older than Eddie.
Oh, okay.
But
realize
they look so much alike. It's scary.
Yeah, I can only imagine, like, because they're talking at the point where he's just cast as the character. They hadn't seen the second film, so they were like, but he looks so young. How are they going to pass this off? And they were really hung up on it. But when I saw the second film, I didn't notice, but apparently I don't notice a lot of things. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't like, oh my God, how's he supposed to be the older one? I think it works for sure.
I think it works really, really well.
Yeah, because
Called
when they are
acting.
next to each other, I think Callum is a bit taller. Bit taller and quite more impressive physically. So even if he has quite a soft face, he doesn't look him. If you just watch his face, he's not scary at all. So
No,
it's just cute. but yeah, and I think the costume helps also a lot because it's an
it seems like, or we lost Tina Hot Dog.
So yeah, that's
Yes, the hair and clothes really help.
true. But it's true that if they change that, they can have a flashback, very convincing flashback from 15 years ago and during the war. That could work.
And it kind of makes sense to do a flashback because they've already kind of mentioned, kind of at least from Jacob's perspective, of how that really impacts how he sees the world and how they don't want to go to war because of that.
Each movie
would make sense.
Each movie we have references. With the first movie, we have few lines that are referring to the World War One and we know that these three characters were in the war. And movie 2, we have this vision that evoke the next war. But so I think it would be a recurring theme. So a flashback would be interesting. We always think of flashback like it needs to be Dumbledore's flashback or Hogwarts flashback, but World War One flashback, I never thought about that, but that's cool.
And we would get to see dragons, maybe, if we saw Newt. I
want to see that. I hope someday, I don't know, maybe a fan film or something like that will cover this.
Yeah. Because it's just such a throwaway line, even when he says it's like, oh yeah, I was on
Yeah.
the what does
Iron
he
Belly,
say? Yeah,
Ukrainian Iron Belly, something like that.
yeah. I would like to see that too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Tina Hot Dog's coming back, but we'll move on.
Yeah.
So Elenia says, what if Theseus is a Hufflepuff war hero? And Oreo says he could be a Ravenclaw war hero.
Yeah, the big debate about which house Theseus is in. So it's not confirmed that he is a Hufflepuff, but I think he is. Just the fact that he's a
Wikipedia
hugger,
says
I think.
he is.
Yeah. No, it's not confirmed. I don't think so, but yeah.
It's in one book that he's a Hufflepuff, and
Okay.
I don't really believe the books. So,
but
I mean,
I totally at least in my headcanon he's Hufflepuff. So
yeah.
And I think just to be a hero doesn't mean you have to be Gryffindor.
I love
obviously.
the Hufflepuff war hero.
I do.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
I want him to stay a puff, and we don't want him in Ravenclaw. So
For all our Hufflepuffs out there, we need that.
we want you to stay a puff if you're a puff.
Yeah.
Like,
but then again, I'm like,
yeah.
why can't he be a Ravenclaw? So we have the Slytherin with Lita. We have the Hufflepuff with Newt. Why can't we just have a Ravenclaw just for the three of us?
Yeah. No, but I
We'll never
I
get a
see-
good Ravenclaw.
We never did.
We will. I think. Yeah.
I take that back. There's one good Ravenclaw.
Yeah, Lola.
Even though Tina Hot Dog doesn't appreciate her.
Hey, we don't know that.
But yeah, no. But I see.
another one.
Yeah, Theseus is. He always tried to do the right thing. He tried. He also has this thing to. He has to follow the rules. I don't know if it's a
Mhm.
typical
Or-
Hufflepuff thing, but trying to do the. Yeah, I don't think the Hufflepuff, except from Newt, they are not the biggest rule breaker. So yeah.
Well, they did change Theseus a little bit after they saw Caleb. Because there was this one scene where Caleb gave Newt a kiss on his forehead, and they were like, maybe he is not as bad as we thought he would be. And they made him this caring and loving brother,
the hugger.
which is kind of the hugger, which is
I like
kind
that.
of weird because at the same time they still had the scene where Tina is like, he needs to control his temper, and it kind of like it is exactly what's going wrong with the movies, is that too many cooks are in the developing of the movie, where it's just like too many.
They changed what they were, their original intention, and now it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, a lot of things don't make sense.
Well, I think with siblings, like they can definitely still have a little more tension between him, and maybe he's not a bad guy, obviously, but
Yeah, and he is
And
really
he-
trying to help Newt. Like he tries to make him work for the ministry, not because just because it's he wants to have Newt in a comfortable position, and yeah,
I wonder
and not
if they
be that low again. So-
Yeah. I wonder if they had intended to make that more of like a love triangle thing with Lita and him and this whole like drama, and decided against it.
It is so weird because people now say that there's a love triangle between Theseus, Lita, and Newt, and some say there's a love triangle between Newt, Tina, and Lita. And for me, it's a love square that doesn't even really exist, because it is kind of
Yeah.
like in a movie, you don't feel there is a
no jealousy between any of them.
no, yeah,
Like
Yeah.
Theseus
Which
could
I
be a
prefer.
bit tense with Newt because maybe he knows that they have a history between Newt and Lita, and we never see an
I mean,
ounce
there is
of
this moment.
jealousy.
There is this, of course, there is the in the beginning where Tina is like jealous of Lita because she thinks that
Yeah,
She
Newt is
doesn't
going to marry
know.
her. But
Yeah.
the moment and
They
even
meet, they
and
actually
even
meet, yeah.
even Eddie says that the moment Lita and Tina meet, that Catherine's little high is like the cutest little moment, because after that she knows that he is not that high is like.
There's no
Do you remember that, Jennifer? I don't know if you were a fan before that, but this high. It was in one of the clips before the movie, and we just were like, "Oh my god, that's the cutest little thing
No, I
that she
didn't
ever
see
did."
it.
It's like the hi.
With the sad eyes. Hi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even Eddie liked it because you can tell that, and even after that, I mean, a few scenes later, Tina comes out of the case, and Lita gives her a hand to, and I'm just like, and that's why, Macho, I like to believe that Lita is still alive, because I really like the friendship between, to see the developing friendship between Tina and Lita. Because I need this. I need a good friendship between two girls who had once the same
Yes.
love interest, and
But are still nice.
but they're still, they came out of it.
Well, they had that. They cut that scene, David Yates.
But yeah, I really do
I
love
think I've
the
done one of
scene
these without blaming
I
him.
really do love the scene when Tina's coming out of the case and Lita gives her a hand and both of them
Yeah.
smiling at each other. It's just
But a
like,
better scene would have been the two of them helping Newt and rescuing
yeah.
him.
Mm-hmm.
I would have preferred to see
that
that.
would have.
But I don't agree that Tina was never jealous. I don't see it as jealousy. I see it that she was upset with him for basically
Yeah.
ghosting her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
more like,
I think
she
that's
wasn't
more
really
like that.
She wasn't really jealous of
And-
Lita Lestrange. She was just mad at him.
And his comments about Aurors, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever else she could find to be mad about.
Mm-hmm.
Ev says, why can't he be a Gryffindor with feelings? There's no such thing.
Theseus, yes.
I'm just kidding.
She tries to
F-
bring Theseus
yeah.
to her side.
I was just saying that because she is a Gryffindor.
I know.
But no, I think that Theseus is a Hufflepuff. Through and through.
Oh,
He is a
Neville.
Hufflepuff.
I mean,
You know
I mean,
who-
he really has quite a Gryffindor tendency too,
he does.
because
But for me, he is the living Cedric. You know, if Cedric would have survived, he would be
interesting.
the same as Theseus. So
Oh,
that's
I
why
never
for
thought
me-
about that, but that's really, yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
Thank you. Please, somebody would listen to me.
No, I'm really excited about that actually to think, because we are so, I mean, it's such a shame that we never have a grown-up Cedric Diggory, and to think that it could be someone like Theseus is quite good, I think.
What's-
Great.
I think the hugging seals the deal. It makes him a Hufflepuff. Hugging
But
Puff
then-
is the
But
other
then
name.
But then the weird thing is that his brother, who is the most Hufflepuff
Someone
of
to
all
be.
Hufflepuffs, hates the fact that he is hugging.
But he likes to hug an animal or a beast.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, and Tina. But yeah.
And Tina. Well, he didn't hug her. But who are they talking about? They don't want Theseus kissing in the comments, and then Jeff's okay with it. But him kissing who?
I thought
Harry-
kissing.
I don't know.
They said
No,
Neville was the
Theseus
first Gryffindor to have
kissing.
feelings.
Ew, no Theseus
I don't think that's true.
kissing, please. I mean, Theseus could do a bit of snogging, and I'm okay with it. I mean, doesn't he
I think-
kiss Lita?
Oh, yeah, they do
And
in
then we
the
also
ministry.
know, we also know that Hufflepuffs and Slytherins get along like this, whereas Slytherins and Hufflepuffs, Slytherins and Gryffindors get
Gryffindor,
not
yeah.
along. So it would make sense more that.
I think Gryffindors have a lot of feelings, actually, if we think about
Yeah,
Ron and
yeah.
Hermione.
Yeah.
But passionate feelings.
I don't think there is any house who does not have feelings. It's just
No.
they express them differently.
Yes.
Like the three of us, I'll just say, yes, we have feelings. Thank you very much for asking.
Yeah, true.
I'll see if I'll share them with you.
Let me think about my feelings and how I want to share it with you.
So,
Yes.
so you have a poll for me for sharing my feelings? Sure, I take your poll.
And then I'll make a joke about my feelings because I don't want to feel my feelings.
Exactly. Whereas all the other three houses are more like,
I want to
here's
feel
all
my feelings.
Here's all my feelings. Do whatever you want with them.
It's true. And more comments. We're never going to finish this episode, by the way.
I am good with that.
Do you want me to read this comment?
The last one of F, yes.
Yeah. Lita is only with Theseus because Grindy told her to attach herself to the brother who works for the ministry. You think she's in cahoots? No, that is unpopular
what is this
opinion.
theory? I don't like it.
And that is a typical Gryffindor making the Slytherin being a bad person.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we are not for it. Lita is
A
perfect.
spy.
Little
Lita
leaves,
is a
Lita is
double
a spy.
space baby, but she is not a spy for Gryffindor.
She said hashtag Lita lives, hashtag Lita is a spy.
No, but not for Grindelwald. If Lita works for Grindelwald, I will completely abandon the whole.
It will make no sense.
Yeah.
No, I mean the whole point of movie 2 was to help us understand
Slytherin.
Lita and to help us understand that Lita is a good person. So
Yes.
yeah,
I would say it's really literally F as a Gryffindor being there to make a Slytherin being a bad person. Okay,
Moving on.
Elena.
So Elena hopes for a brotherly dynamic where they start not being very close and end up getting closer by the end. So Newt and Theseus. Yeah, that's exactly what is happening.
I have chosen a side. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, but did I insert knowledge of how they...
What you already said.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really interesting to see how it will develop if they will, because they're already forming a team at the end of the movie, but it was in this old group. So I really hope we will have like a duo on the mission, just the two brothers by themselves. It will be interesting.
Tina.
Yeah, exactly. Jennifer.
I'm like, no.
No. We need Tina and Jacob. Thank you very much.
It's gonna be like the Avengers or the Goonies.
But they can have a different type of adventure and sometime reuniting, like the Avengers.
I mean, I would also love if Newt and Theseus go on in one direction and Jacob and Tina would go in the other direction.
I would love that.
I would love if Tina and Jacob just stick together and be like besties all of a sudden.
Actually, my half-written fan fiction is actually Tina and Theseus together because they're both Aurors and they kind of had a rough start. It wasn't quite a good first meeting.
No, it wasn't great.
And what is my fan fiction? It's Theseus, Tina, and Bunty all hanging out together while Newt's off doing Dumbledore things. And I don't know. Oh, and Jacob and Nagini are off at Hogwarts.
Oh, I like that.
This is how I've paired them in my mind. I didn't finish. Haven't finished the fan fiction.
I really want Tina and Jacob together. I really want.
Tina and Jacob is like my favorite friendship because in the last movie she saved him twice at the end, and I'm like, yes, she finally, because people were like in the beginning in the first movie they were like, she doesn't like Jacob because he's a nomad. She never said something like that. She just
she was nice to him.
Yeah,
other than the first thing she said.
Warned her sister. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but she
still marry this guy.
Yeah.
she still said something like the very first time they met, and Jacob didn't even have met Queenie, and she said something like, but who would want to marry somebody like that?
I hate that this is Tina's line. I hate this line.
I like
seriously. I hate this line. But everything else she says, when she's like
Fate.
When she's like Mr.
Don't get too attached, like
Oh no, she's like watch your step. That's just like so adorable, and people don't see it. Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but it's interesting to have this changing relationship between the beginning and the end. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I want that with Jacob and Tina, and I want that with Newt and Theseus.
I remember when the second trailer came out, the first one for the second movie, and there was this one moment where Tina saves Jacob from the blue dragon, and I was just like, that is it. That's the moment. Finally, people will see how great she is, and nobody talks
Nope,
about it.
nobody cares about it.
No, nobody talks about it. But I talked
Like
about
who?
it enough that people recognize it finally. That's why I'm here there
Job.
for.
You've done your work.
Okay.
Where are we?
Elena, I can't say her name anymore. Elena had the question. Do you think Lita and Theseus will have anything to do with one another? They just speculated if they met at Hogwarts. Do you think they had anything to do with each other? Might I say June 6th? Getting to get married?
Not anymore. Sorry. Too soon.
Too soon. It's way too
Hashtag
soon.
Lita lives.
So I see the comment that I'm not allowed to.
Yes, and Marjo has
Comment.
no words to say right now. Right, Marjo? Right? No words.
Okay, not this
Do you have
time.
Do you have an opinion about this?
No, she doesn't.
Just
I've never
about the
heard it.
Lita leaves, but no, about the Lita and Theseus. I was laughing again listening to the episode because, yeah, I think I think nobody expected that. Yeah, I think we had this info quite early, so I think it will come with the first picture that they.
I think it was the first info that I got as a new fan. I became a fan of the whole franchise in 2017 in October, and then 1 month later we got moving still.
Yeah, the big
And
group.
that was
photo, yeah.
that was when everybody found out. Oh my God, Lita and Theseus are a thing.
Yeah.
And I remember we got the info shortly before that they were a thing because I made this video for Megan, who was obviously one of our producers back then, and she said, "Can somebody please make this as a meme where Newt says, 'I don't really know what Lita likes these days,' and then there's
The two of them.
No, and then there's Meryl Streep going like, 'Your brother!' And I made this for her, and then the same day we got a new picture, we got the new title, and so everybody forgot about the meme that I made, which is fine.
Oh, it was so good.
It was a stupid meme, but I'm like, I remember it was that day or a few days later, a few days earlier, that we found out that this was a thing. That was like, I don't really know what Lita likes to do. No. Your brother!
I love that.
Yeah, you were there already. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of the first things that I posted on the common room. Yeah.
What an entry. An entrance.
Because Megan was like, I need this in my life.
That's awesome.
And nowadays, because I'm working for them, because I'm doing all this stuff, all the memes and stuff, I'm like, please, somebody have saved it because I need this gift page.
Just make it again.
I can't.
It still works.
Sure you can.
I don't know. It doesn't work anymore. Well, it does.
I'm sure it would.
It would still work. That's true. It would still work. Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's
So
me.
Jeff doesn't want you to censor me, but I will respect your sensibility this time.
But he also says, okay, if Lita lives but Jacob dies, I don't think so. I love you, Jeff. He's my poodle.
Sweet summer child.
But Jacob is not a wizard, so he won't live up until 120. So, and now
I'm with you, Jeff.
Newt
I'm
is 100
pro
and
Jacob.
Oh, I love Jacob, but yeah.
Yeah, but
Somebody
it takes
has
one
to die
sip
at some
of
point.
some sort of elixir. It's fine. It's fine.
Newt is
fine.
now 124. Tina is 120 this year. And
Well, he can die
will not-
eventually.
I will
He's just not during
have
the films.
those two be
And
dead.
no violently, but yeah.
No, but yeah, like he dies in his sleep, you know.
Yeah,
But I'm just
very
saying he
old.
doesn't have to die during this period from something terrible that
No.
about those.
He was born. When was he
Some
born?
people disagree.
Jacob was born in 90.
Oh my god, Jacob and Dobby hanging out one day. That's awesome.
When was he
I just thought
born?
about it.
He was
No, it's before.
26. He was 26. Oh, he was not born in 1900. So 1900.
Oh yeah.
And so he would. I mean, I have my grandparents. My grandfather, who was also born in 1900, he died in 1982. So that was a good age. He died of old age. I could see that with Newt and with Jacob. There's nothing wrong about this. He's a muggle.
And his family can carry on his
Legacy,
Beast
yeah.
bakery.
Yeah. Why not? And he's a muggle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make all the sense. But then again, he would die so early compared to Newt and Tina, who are still alive, obviously. Kind of sad
Okay.
for those two.
Is it?
Yeah, because they're still alive, like 40 years later.
Well, people die all the time.
Thank you.
That is
Why is
so
this a
hard.
debate? I don't understand what we're debating here.
We are debating if Jacob had a nice dad, but if his friends survived.
Yeah, no. I mean, if he survived that long, it would be good. But if somebody in the quartet has to not survive the series, I think it.
Queenie.
Queenie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Here's the thing. Dan Fogler said that he knew all about Jacob's story in the beginning, and then they changed it all. And I have a feeling they changed it all because they realized that Jacob was
He's
such
a fan favorite.
Fan favorite, yeah. And so I think he will definitely survive the whole series. I don't think he will survive as long as Newt and Tina because he's a muggle, and we all know that they just don't live as long. I mean, I don't make the rules, sorry. But I think that the one from the quartet, if anyone dies, it has to be Queenie. Because...
But I think she'll redeem herself and rescue him or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I want them all to live. Why do we have to kill everybody, J.K. Rowling?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, that's a war, but yeah, sure. Everybody
And as soon
survives.
as you do something good, you die, Dobby.
Well, Dobby did a lot of good things before he died.
And annoying things too.
Annoying things, but also good things.
Queenie? Who's Queena? Queenie and Dobby are actually very similar.
Oh, kind of. I mean, they're cute.
They're cute. They have fun powers, and sometimes they're annoying and don't listen. I'm sure there's more. I'm gonna come up with more. It's my new theory.
I want an essay about that. That's
I just really want to see Dobby again.
Essay, I will.
Can we just see Dobby again?
Oh, that would be so adorable. I wish we knew how old house elves are in general. Just so that, because I mean,
I think he would be young.
We know that Catherine and
Can you imagine the baby
love.
Dobby?
Oh,
it's like Baby Yoda, but cuter.
Yeah.
Oh
Baby
God.
Yoda is
What
the
does a
cutest
baby
thing
house
ever.
elf look like,
Don't
anyways?
even.
Maybe they just come out looking old the whole time,
But then we would
like one of those hairless cats.
But then, how would we know that is Dobby? Because we would either need a Malfoy character, or it's a free elf, and then they have to go into the Malfoy family, and I don't want that, to be honest.
No, or another family gave Dobby to the Malfoy.
I wouldn't.
I mean, they are
wait to see
slaves,
a
so
Malfoy
that's
family, though.
how it works. Sadly,
This is a terrible concept.
yeah,
I just want to see Dobby. Dang it!
yeah, I agree.
It would be so adorable. And I mean, we know that Eddie and Catherine would just die.
Yeah. There's more comments. I don't know where we left off though.
We left
So we
off,
have
don't
Eve.
censor- yeah.
Yeah, we have Eve. So what she was saying about the kissing, nude kissing. So it was no nude forehead kissing. That was what she was
Well,
saying.
it happened.
So
I'm sorry, it happened. It's not
not
in the
on
movies,
not on
but
screen.
it happened.
Yeah, no, yeah. And so she said that Gryffindors have tempers, puffs. So Gryffindors have tempers, puffs have huggy feelings.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that is why Theseus is definitely a Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all the hockey feelings.
She's a double agent. Is she talking about Lita?
Queenie,
She's talking
Queenie.
about Lita.
Oh,
Lita.
Queenie.
No,
Oh.
Queenie. She's
I think
oh
she
no,
could become-
maybe she's talking about Lita because I think
Yeah.
Eve is very late compared to.
She's
Talking
behind.
about Lita, that's why
Yeah.
I'm saying that she's the only one here, and she's the only Gryffindor who wants to make the Slytherin to be a bad person. And I'm not even surprised because that's what Gryffindors do.
Well, I could
No,
go
no,
with
she
double
says-
agent, but I really
She
don't think
says
so.
not a bad person, but if she is a spy for Gryffindor, it wouldn't make her a good person.
Spy for what? What?
She said before that she thinks that where did she say it?
For Grindelwald.
For Grindelwald, yeah.
Yeah, you said for Gryffindor.
Sorry. The G words, you know.
So good.
Lita is only with Theseus because Queenie told her to attach herself to the brother who works for the ministry. It's what F said before. Lita is only with Theseus because
No.
Queenie told her to attach herself to the brother.
Yeah, but we already talked
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I know. But
I think it makes
she's
perfect sense if they all grow up together that they would end up hanging out
We're
together.
all in this together.
And then she said she agrees she's not a bad person. I think she's still talking. Yeah, she's talking about Lena. She wants to read that fanfic. My fanfic? Okay, I'll have to finish it. It's somewhere out there. I can find the link. Okay, is that me? Do I read that?
Yeah.
I think we're finally reaching the end here. Finally, yeah. After the Time Turner, they have a discussion about if and how Hitler and World War II will be present in future movies, but we've already covered that a lot in previous discussions, so we don't have to cover that again. The only part I wanted to say, mostly it's just an inside joke with Sophie, is that
Not so weird like that.
they're weird like that, and they keep talking about this. They bring up one of the Beasts of the Week or whatever is, now I forgot what it's called, but it was from Brazil, right? And they talk about how it looks like a little child smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
And all I could think of was the movie Jojo Rabbit, where
Yeah.
Hitler keeps offering him cigarettes. He's
I'm
like, "Stop
10 years
offering
old,
me
I don't
cigarettes!"
smoke it!
Yeah. So I just had to bring that up.
That was
Okay.
funny. That was a good film.
Yeah.
I said verboten. Yeah, I know
Verboten.
that, Jeff. Verboten. But I say it in
It
a
is
very
verboten.
weird English accent, I have to add. It is actually verboten. I wouldn't say verboten. It's
Verboten. Sorry, I'm practicing.
Verboten in French.
How do you say it in French?
I would pronounce it verboten.
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 It is
Ah.
verboten.
Verboten.
Which is the same word as forbidden, which is funny because it's just like, just say it a little bit different and you get there. Okay. Juliana is not here.
No.
People. F is, maybe you've realized. So it is my term of the week, the joke of the week. And this week's joke is a shout out to our common room person, Lucy O'Shea.
I think it's O'Shea
I don't care
because
if it
she's
is O'Shea.
Irish. It's O'Shea. I'm pretty sure she.
O'Shea.
Not Oshi.
Lucy O'Shea.
No, if you're Irish, she's
I mean,
Irish,
I'm not
right?
Irish, so I don't know.
None
Lucy
of us is
O'Shea.
Irish, but okay. You're the one with the
Pretty
1%
sure it's
Irish
O'Shea.
in your blood.
I think
Okay,
I'm
so
like 15
Lucy,
or 20.
can I do it again then?
Mhm,
This
please do.
week's joke of the week is a shout out to our common roomer, Lucy O'Shea. Woo!
No, O'Shea. Like Ole.
Lucy O'Shea. Woo! because I got a postcard from her, which is one of our little fun facts, fun things that we do in the common room, that we can send each other postcards. And so her joke was, what do you call a niffler with a cold?
Sniffler?
Yeah. I already know the answer.
It's a sniffler,
Yeah!
right?
That's funny. That's really cute.
Yeah.
A little
It is
sniffler.
good
with a
one.
cold.
Little sniffler.
Come here, my little sniffler. That is really cute. I wonder if a cold slows down a niffler. They're so crazy. Or maybe they're like the opposite. So when you take, some people have the opposite reaction when they take Benadryl. Instead of it making them sleepy, it makes them hyper.
Yeah.
So I imagine the niffler might be even crazier if he had a cold.
But it would be still like.
But instead, he'd leave like snot everywhere
Oh my
on
God,
your
that's
like on your
disgusting.
stuff, like Slimer. Okay, sorry.
Okay. The contacts. You can listen to Speak Beasty on all the podcasts are available.
All
You
the
can
places.
find us. Yeah. What did I say? Didn't I
No,
say?
but-
I don't know what I said. Something I said. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at SpeakBeasty, Facebook at facebook.com/SpeakBeasty, on Tumblr at speakbeastypodcast.tumblr.com. You can email us at speakbeasty@gmail.com. And so you can support the show on patreon.com/speakbeasty, where right now is all things that are going on, because we're on a hiatus. There's nothing really going on. But if you're a Patreon, you will still get your content.
And a lot of content.
And you can get a postcard.
And postcards and stickers and all you can imagine.
And friends.
And friends.
And friends!
Weird
the most
friends from
important
across the
thing.
world.
Us beautiful people. And so, yes, please, Patreon, us,
If you've-
we.
Yeah. If you've made it to the end of this
Patreon.com
episode, you probably
/SpeakBeasty.
deserve a Dougal point just for yourself.
It was weird.
It was
But we-
weird.
But we stand
We'd
for
like
it.
that.
I mean, we are Ravenclaws and we stand for the weirdness here.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. I've been Sophie.
I think I am Marjolaine.
I will continue to be Jennifer or Lunumbridge.
And I am Teen Hotdog. Okay.
Okay.
Peace.
Hey.